Hello everyone. Today I'm just going to take a couple minutes to talk about some of the Massey Ferguson tractors that SpecCast has made and just kind of the progression of them. They made a lot more than just these, but these are just the three SpecCast Massey Ferguson tractors that we have. This being the oldest, and then this one being in the middle, and this one being the newest one we have. But we're just going to kind of run through these, take a look at them, and just kind of see what's different about them. So first off, if you can't tell with them sitting there, this older one is quite a bit different. The tractors in real life have a slightly different color to them, so that's kind of reflected on the toy. But you can see this cab roof is more of a cream color instead of as much silvery. It's still a gray. I shouldn't have said cream. It's a gray, but it's not a shiny silver. The toy itself does not have cab glass. As you can see, I can stick my finger into the cab, so that is unfortunate. I don't know why SpecCast made these without cab glass. You can see like they put the detailed hinges and everything where like the windows and the door would open, but just no cab glass. Another thing that's different with these older ones is there's no flashers, which I'm okay with there not being any flashers and stuff. Like, I don't really think that's much of a knock as the cab glass, because these things were pretty expensive. I think they were over 20 bucks a piece for just a normal row crop tractor, and honestly not a lot more detail than an Ertl. I mean, you can almost argue that some of the Ertls from the same time period were better for cheaper. One thing that was awesome about this tractor is the front weights. I mean, the front weights just look amazing. Just beefy. They're crisp, clean, they're the correct shape, unlike the Ertl ones. And I also do like the tires and rims on here. I just like the duals. They did put a 3-point hitch on the back that it doesn't move or function, but it is there. I like that. I think it looks good. And then you got your hitch back here. So, and this one I forgot to say is an 8690, and it's also got the Dyna VT. See if we can get this logo on here. Yeah, so that's that. You can see a bunch of bolt detail here on the frame. And then another thing where that's kind of not as nice as the newer ones is they did have it cast in half. One left half, right half. So there is this cast line where the two pieces come together, which bothers some people. I don't think it's that big a deal. I guess I'm just used to it. But it is nicer on the newer ones that don't have that. Another thing is they tried to kind of make it steer. The tires do move a little bit, but not much steering, but just a little bit there. Other than that, that's pretty much this tractor. It's pretty basic. We got it at a dealership a while back. They still had some in stock, and we got a decent price, but you could pay anywhere from $20 to $30 depending on where you purchase those for that tractor. Kind of next in line for what we have, and I think there's some other tractors similar to this one that came out around the same time. This is the 80, let's see if we can get it on camera, 8735 Massey Ferguson. And right off the bat, you'll notice just a ton more detail and lights and flashers hanging off this thing everywhere. We do get the cab glass. The interior's way more detailed. The front end steers with a lot more, steers realistically with a lot more going on down there. The duals honestly are better. Just the way the rims are mounted up in between the tires is better. The front end, we've got like the 3-point style hitch front end on this thing, and as you saw on the other one, there's a hood seam. This one does not have a hood seam because they actually put a hood on there that opens, which is pretty cool, and you can see that engine in there. So there's that. I love the decals on here. The grill looks pretty solid. It's all painted on there. And in the back we do have a quick hitch on our 3-point hitch, and then We still have a good sized opening so we can hook implements to it, so I like that. But yeah, just overall, just if you look at these side by side, a lot more detail going into the newer one. And surprisingly, these things are running about the same price. You can get these probably around 25 bucks most of the time. Some places are higher. I think we actually gave like 20 for it on sale at one point. So yeah, these honestly weren't even hardly any more expensive at the time we got them from these older ones, which have a little bit less detail. Now, with the way prices are going now and they're telling what they're going to be in the future, it's hard to say if they'll go up or not. I mean, they'll probably go up, but how much, I don't know. Now, this is an 8730S. Wow, it'd help if I was pointing at the tractor. 8730S. This one's also got the Dyna VT, which is, I believe, the variable transmission. Good Massey Ferguson decals. Now, these S-Series tractors are, I think, got more computer stuff going on in them, and they're newer than the other ones, but pretty much the casting is going to be the same as that last one. One thing I did notice, though, they changed the grill up a little bit on these tractors. As you can kind of take a look at the grill, the headlights are a little bit different, as well as they changed the shape of the hood where the lower lights are here. You can see that versus down here. These stick off the tractor on the new one where they're set into the grill on the old one. So yeah, the headlights and the work lights down there are slightly different. I believe the headlights are just a paint job difference, where these are actually, they changed the actual casting on the hood there. And another thing too, on this side panel, let's see if we can see it. If we raise the hood up, kind of see it better, but down here, if I can get it to focus, there's more lines coming off of that. You can see those lines there coming off of where the air would go in, where this one does not have those lines coming off right there. So that is also updated on there. The engine's pretty much the same to my knowledge on these two units. They did add a front weight to this. It's still that 3-point style front end, but then they put a front weight out on the front of that, one that I guess you can pick up and set down. Obviously they put singles on this one, so the tires are a little different looking, different rims with those singles. They've got some weights in the rear rims. I'm not a big fan of singles, but this one does look pretty good. They also, same rear end, quick hitch, with your hitch for your implements as well. I believe the interior is also the same. I couldn't tell a difference on the inside of the cab for these toys. I also forgot to mention, these do have a GPS where the older one did not. But overall, pretty cool toys. The like I said, they've made other ones. I believe there's even newer ones out since this has come out, but these are the ones we have. Just pretty cool tractors. They're SpecCast, so they're a little more expensive. You probably don't want to play with these two if you've got kids or younger. These aren't as good for play. Now this one will take a beating. It's just pretty much like an Ertl tractor. Doesn't really have much that would break other than that front end on it. So that's our Massey Ferguson SpecCast tractors that we have in our collection. So thanks for watching. Please subscribe and have a good day.